Welcome to Toffee TV. We've been discussing the season, basically, haven't we? We've talked about lots of things. You can catch them on other videos if you so desire. Please do. This is looking to the future. Things are happening. Things are in motion. The board has been restructured. Marcel Brands is at the club. They haven't appointed a new manager quite yet, but it looks like it's happening pretty soon. How do we go forward? How do we take this season and say we draw a line on it and this is going to be what we do now, or have we already done that?
I think we started to do it, haven't we? The board restructuring was a big thing. Just because it just showed things weren't going to be the same. That was the big thing for me. Obviously Robert Elstone's going out the door. We've got the new CEO, Denise Barrett-Baxendale in, Professor, sorry. I'm going to get that right. Obviously we've got Alexander Reints, or whatever his name is. We need to get his name right. Keith Harris is in this, so already there's moves afoot to change the structure in the club. Marcel Brands has come in, Steve Walsh is gone. So yeah, we've already started. It looks very much like Marco Silva is going to be working alongside Marcel Brands, if you believe everything you read. So yeah, I think already they've started to look ahead. I'm listening to Brands talking about taking the club in a different direction and stuff. The club wants to move into a different, follow a different path. That was what the statement said over the sacking of Sam Allardyce. So it would suggest that we're already beginning the new path, if you like. And it's going to be very interesting what happens from here on in.
Yeah, there definitely seems a new direction for a lot of football clubs. I think now a lot of them are also seem to be getting that structure in place and looking at younger managers and building it out for them so that it's not on a manager's shoulders and there's more protection and there's more people doing individual roles, or their roles have been simplified so that they can get the most out of them. Because I think the world's going like that now. I think what we've seen from the world is, I think 10 years ago, 15 years ago, pre-internet, I would say as well, the world was there was just like big clumps of things, you know what I mean? Like there was now the world feels like every individual thing is covered. Do you know what I mean? Like even stupid things like hobbies and likes, where it used to have like little big things. Now everything's got its own little niche, and I think that's become the same in the workplace. I think roles are getting so simplified because I think everything is so important now to get every little thing right. In the old days at a football club, not even in the old days, in the early internet years, you'd have maybe 2 or 3 fellas at a club running all the media, and it happened at Everton. Everything would be through them. Now you have a team of people, and the same as at management level. You can't have a CEO who does this and this. You have to break that down because every single one of those areas now is so important. There's so many different money streams now. And that's in and out the club. You've got to be on the ball for all of them. So whereas you used to have someone who maybe do 3 or 4 jobs or 5 jobs, all those jobs now are broken down into individual roles because all those roles are so big and there's so many different things you can get from that. And then that's what we're starting to see more and more of at Everton, is that you can't have a CEO who's trying to help build get a stadium built and run a club on it. At the same time, they have to be individual jobs because they're so big. They're different projects, and I think that's what's happened at Everton. And with the director of football, when we did that, we implemented that. I think for what it was needed, we got the wrong man because we didn't have a man with experience. We've brought a man in with experience now who can do that job, and he will help do that as well. He will help for the manager. He will help not simplify the job, but concentrate the job, make it so that that man knows what he's doing, and give him maybe not a smaller window of opportunity, but just a more focused point of what he's got to do and what he's got to get across to his players, coaching, man management. Obviously have his eye on signings and things like that, but things taken away from him that don't need to be there, that would distract them. I know those things already go on at football clubs, but I think it's getting more. We're getting more and more detailed now to really, really help all of those people concentrate on their own individual jobs, including the manager.
Yeah, it's football exploded, hasn't it, over the last 20 years? It's changed the media, how much media they have to do, the interest globally. It's £1 billion sport now. And with that comes, obviously, everything's bigger. If you're trying to operate on a bigger scale, you need specialist people to do those jobs. We've spread ourselves too thin, I think, at definitely. Times, and that makes someone doing the CEO job not be able to do it, because you're concentrating on so many things. You're not doing one really well. I'm not saying DBB will only do one thing, but if you've got specialist people leading other projects, you can dip in and dip out with what you need. I think the director of football thing is key. If that's the model, obviously, Farhad Moshiri wants, and it's the model that a lot of clubs have got now, because it is so big, because there is a lot of demands on a coach's time, and ultimately you want him coaching the team and thinking about the playing style and how he can improve players, rather than everything else that goes with it. Looking into a player's character and going for meetings with the player and stuff like that. If you've got someone who's adept at doing that job, the way Marcel Brands is, he's done it for a number of years very successfully. He knows how to do it. You can implement everything that needs to come in and be used in that role, and how everything else drops into that, because he's got experience at doing it. Steve Walsh came in and was probably like day one in his office, probably sat there and was like, this is a nice office with a nice desk.
What do I do?
How do I turn the computer on, and this, that and the other, or whatever. Because he was used to being on the coaching side with Leicester. Yeah, he would have the scouting stuff as well, but he was also coaching. He was on the training pitch. Come to Everton, he come in after the manager. We've said this before. The manager was already in with his own things in place, so you come in and start going, oh, I'm gonna tell you how I want this done, and you're Ronald Koeman, who's like, I've scored the winner in the Champions League final, mate, go away. It's that, you can understand that. Whereas if Walsh would have been in when Koeman come in, and he would have been, Ronald, I'm Steve, this is what we do, we want, he'd have been involved in the talks. So now we're trying to make sure everything is in place. So I think for Marcel Brands it's important to do that. For the manager it's important to have someone to deflect a lot of the stuff away from, to say, look, you just coach, and we'll have regular meetings and we'll talk about players, and I'll deal with that until you have to sit down with the player at some stage and go, this is how I see you fit in. But I'll do the other stuff with the financial people, and it enables the manager to then concentrate on.
Well, it's about keeping everything on track, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't think a manager can always see that bigger picture. And I think it takes a footballing person to do that. To do that, it doesn't. At a club, you're gonna have. You have all these people. It's mad, and it's been going on for years. You have all these people at a football club who are not football people, making football decisions.
Yeah.
Whereas a director of football or a technical director is a footballing person who can make decisions through the filter of football, and maybe not business, and maybe can see, and maybe sometimes can see it on both ways, so they can go, well, and make let's do this or do that because I know what football is, but then they look at the other side and go, no, we need to make a negative decision because I know what football is. Do you know what I mean? Whereas a business person might see it black and white. Well, the numbers are great. Remember at the end of the season when you got like the likes of when you had Elston saying, well, the ground's full, so what does it matter? See, that's that's seeing it from a purely business point of view. And if that was the point, you know, Everton would never sack anybody. You know, if they, because the ground would be full. If the ground's full and you're doing bad, that's just the way we've been in the last few years. Is that well, we're going to watch Everton. If you made every decision like that, then you wouldn't sack anybody. But gradually, things would go bad anyway. Whereas if you make them a football point of view, you're going, well, hang on. The ground's full because of Everton fans, that's the way they are. But we need to make a change because it's not about getting the ground full, it's about winning things and competing and trying. So from that point of view, you know, we've made good early decisions. Now listen, this video might get out of date very quickly because we don't know about silver, but if it is silver, as you know, I think the most important thing is that if it is, then hopefully it's been a long-term decision and it's been in place, and we can go forward, and from day one we're at it. And I think that everyone's just got to be on the same page, and I'm hoping that's what has happened in the last couple of weeks, is that everyone's on the same page and everyone knows where we want to go, and the people who are leading that have got energy, you know, whether it be Brands, whether it be Professor Denise Barrett-Baxendale, or whether it be the manager. They've all got to have that energy, and all that energy is driving them in the right direction. Because if they do that and they are going in the right direction, the fans will go with them. If they're showing hunger for it and a real desire to go, then the fans will go with them, because the belief will be there.
The way I look at it, we've just got a fella who was very, very comfortable in his job, loved it. You know, in Keith Harris, loved those business dinners now. You know, Marcel Brands, he was very much settled at PSV. They just won the league again. Everyone's lauding him. He said he loved the people he worked with, you know, and everything else. And we've got him to leave that to come here.
We've sold him.
We've sold him on promises, basically. Farhad Moshiri will have been promising him whatever, right, this is what we want you to run this football club for us in the Premier League. We'll give you what money you need. We'll give you time, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be all you. I need someone to run my football club who's football orientated. So that gives me a lot of hope, that those conversations, because it's not like Marcel Brands is out of work and we're looking for a director of football and he's done it, he's not working, and it's like, come and have a go with it. Yeah, I'll have a go, see what's what.
Yeah.
He's settled, and already said he turned us down once. He's turned Chelsea down in the past. He didn't really want to leave PSV at the drop of a hat, and we've stuck at it and stuck at it. He stayed in touch with us, we've stuck at it, and he's been impressed sufficiently enough by what we've said to come here. Now the way Everton are, it's dead easy to believe that everything's just been thrown together at the end, right?
It is,
because that's
easy.
What we've been dealt in the past. That's what's happened in the past. Not always. It has changed a bit under Moshiri, it has, but not massively, because I still think there was too much of other influences around for him to be able to change that. But they're slowly going out the door. John Woods has gone.
Yeah. I mean, what did he do?
You know, but John Woods was, you know, so I believe was quite instrumental in stuff in keeping all of the pieces, so I believe, together. But he's gone up the door. Elstone's gone. Bill, we don't know, but we've said before, you know, Bill Kenwright, I would have him as a president or something, in just one of those roles. Doesn't really mean anything, but he's there as a spokesman or whatever, because he's got a knowledge of football.
Knowledge,
right? I'm not saying he's done a great job as chairman or he hasn't. Whatever you feel about him, it's fine. We've all got our opinions, but what I mean is things are starting to turn. So therefore, Farhad Moshiri and Marcel Brands might have been on the Al blower, having meetings. Silver might have turned up with full makeup on and everything, big nose and the glasses, and they might have been having I'm quite sure they've been having discussions for a while, because otherwise, you know, we didn't even go after Paulo Fonseca when he come over. The media were leading it, Everton are after him, but he said himself he turned West Ham down and signed a new contract because I don't think Everton wanted that. they seem to have discounted other candidates, if you believe the media. So you would like to think, and it's probably right, that those conversations have been taking place.
So, yeah, because
I think they would have been.
No, I know, but let's hope so. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because if they have, then that's good for where we're going. And obviously, listen, for me, just moving away from that, we need to identify a way of playing, which I'm sure they're already done.
Yeah.
Go for it and stick to it, and you know, obviously, again, the squad, who fits in, who doesn't fit in. Go from there and go out and this is the most key part for me. Go and buy quality. I know it sounds stupid, but every year, you know, you look and you see players, and sometimes you get pulled in by buying in. Well, last season, summer anyway. We need to buy genuine quality and try and ruffle a few feathers. And when I say that, you know, there's a couple of names out there that you go, you'd never get him. But you've got to, for Everton to change things, they've got to be in the try and get themselves in the conversation. So a player I'd say off right would be someone like Willian, right, at Chelsea. Not happy, wants to move, wants to go to Man United and be with Jose. I fully understand that. But we've got to try and start getting in those conversations. And I know some people are like, you're having a laugh, and what?
Well, how do you ever change
exactly. We probably said this last summer as well. Danny Rose is another one we've been linked with, and people laugh and it's funny, but Everton have got to start putting themselves in the situation where the top players of top clubs that are maybe looking for a change, Everton have got to get in the door and convince that player and start having those conversations, because that's the only way you'll start changing things. It's what Man City did. They sold the players a dream. They said this is the way it's going to be. Some of those players weren't part of that dream ultimately. They were the stepping stones for other players. But you've got to try.
And City went after Yaya Toure. Everyone was laughing. Playing for Barcelona. Was in their midfield, and it was Man City for Toure.
I remember when they went for Kaká. And I remember having a conversation with a Liverpool fan, and they were like, see if they'll ever sign players like that. And I went, you know what, they will sign players like that. They might have missed out on this lad, because I think the choice was Real Madrid or Man City. He went to Real Madrid. I said, but one day they will sign those players, but they're in there. They're making those players think. Kaká ultimately chose, but he had to think about it. And that's what you've got to start doing. Okay, maybe we're not quite at that run of the ladder yet, but you've got to start.
You've got to get better. If you get better quality, you get yourself the opportunity to get those better players.
You know, if a player's got look at someone like who's the kid Liverpool bought from Arsenal? Oxlade-Chamberlain, right? He had a decision to make, whether he signed a new contract at Arsenal or what. He went to Liverpool. Liverpool sold him on an idea. You're gonna play centre midfield or whatever. I don't even know where he plays, but you're gonna be high energy. We won all that. You're gonna fit into this team, and he lapped it up. And there's other players. Virgil van Dijk's done the same thing. Could have gone to City, could have gone to Chelsea. He sold them an idea, he sold them a dream, and he went with it. He had those options of going to Chelsea or Man City, and he went to Liverpool. Now, I'm not saying, you know, we can sell them that dream as such, because with them being in the Champions League and stuff, but you've got to get yourself somewhere on that ladder that you can at least start making your way up it, and start saying to these players, don't sign for them, come and sign for us. Don't go and sign for Tottenham, come and sign for Everton. You might only be a squad player at Tottenham, you'll play for Everton. You might only be a squad player at Liverpool, you'll play for Everton. And start getting, and that's what we've got to start doing if we're truly going to start to affect things. And the thing about those players are, if you can sign 2 or 3 of them instead of signing 6 of the other kind, then those 2 or 3 players suddenly make your team instantly better. And that's what we've got to start doing next. Getting the quality over the quantity. That can't be stressed enough. If you go and buy one top class centre back, suddenly that makes everyone else look better. If you can buy one top class centre midfield, that makes everyone else look better. Obviously having a centre forward like we did with Romelu Lukaku makes everybody else look better. they're the conversations we've got to try and start forcing our way in. I know it's not going to be easy, and with a lot of those players, they'll just say no, or we want to play Champions League football. But you never know. You might get that one who goes, well, you know what, I'm coming for the money, but I'm here and I'm willing to have a go. You know,
Danny Rose is an interesting one because, yeah, Man United might want him, but don't know, do you? You don't know. He's not going to stay at Spurs, is he? Doesn't look like he's going to stay at Tottenham. Everton can offer him more money than Spurs will offer because Spurs have that wage structure. And he's 27, he's a great age. He can get up and down. He's a good player.
I suppose
it's worth having a go.
It's having everything in place that you sell them the dream, isn't it? And that's the telly going on.
That's the telly.
That's everything, isn't it? That's like being able to say to them, well, we're going into a new stadium. Like we are not like we're getting a new like actual have the facts that we're going into a new stadium. We've got a new stadium, so that's got to be sorted out. But then you go, look, this is what we've got. We've got, you know, new manager. We've got a new technical director who's, you know, going to sweet talk. And I think that's the other thing about bands. I get the idea that you can talk to people and you can sweet talk them into coming to clubs and stuff like that.
He just looks professional, doesn't he?
It does.
He looks like.
So, I'm saying,
likes a jumper over the shoulders as well.
As I say, we've got to try and convince these people, these players, these top class players.
That's if we got Zaha.
So see that's a player that we should be in for. Someone like Zaha is a player that we should be in for.
Balassi back there, we'll have Zaha.
We should be going to them and saying he's 26 and we should be knocking on the door and going, look, he's the big one. But if he goes to City or he goes to Tottenham, he might get lost in it all. Do you know what I mean? I know they can offer him something we can't, but you never know the lad. You never know the lad's motives. The lad might go, well, I'm 26, I can help this team achieve something. Or he might go, well, I'm 26, I want to go and win guaranteed medals. Which is fair enough. That's fine.
You've got to ask the question.
You know, you could go for you could go to Leicester, couldn't you? And you could say to Vardy, or you could say to Mahrez. Now, again, at their age, they might go, well, we want to go somewhere. I want to go to Arsenal.
Vardy's not going to go anywhere though, because who's going to come in for him? I don't think any.
See, I'd go for Vardy, and I'd pay the money for Vardy.
We would, that's what I'm saying.
I'd pay a fortune for the pair of them.
He would be the one that I would chase down, because I think he gives you something. He knows where the net is. I think he'd work well with Toffee. He can come off the left, he can play as the lone striker, he can do it all. But I don't think teams higher than us would go for him. So therefore, where would he go? Where? Do you know what I mean? There's not really many teams he could go to. Mahrez is different because I think he's 26. City wanted him, and
of course
he's got options. But if you don't ever ask, how do you ever do anything? You know, Leicester wanted Sigurdsson. He wanted to come here, but they still went after him. They still offered money for him. He said no. They backed out him and said, okay, he doesn't want to come. That's fine.
But I suppose, listen, what I will say though is, if you're not getting those players, there is quality elsewhere. There are quality players elsewhere.
In Europe. Look at Liverpool. Liverpool went and got Salah. Why did they have a free run at him? Because no one else really. Everyone looked at him and went, nah, don't fancy him. And Klopp was like, I'll use him, and I know how I want to play him and all that. And when they got him, Liverpool fans were like, he's just back up to Firmino or Mane or Coutinho. He's not really going to be in the team. He's thinking being unbelievable this season, and that shows you that elsewhere, okay, there's not loads of them because a lot of teams hoovered them up, but elsewhere there's quality that you can get in and make your team better. And you're right, instead of getting 6 or 7 Premier League players who you go, well, they're good for the squad, and you know, if he fits in, he'll be alright. You get ones where you go, oh, and he's good in, he's not Man City level, top level, but bloody hell, he's ahead of all, he's well ahead of all, you know, players like that who were there, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to sell them that thing. You're right, there's big money, there's $100,000 a week, and we want to be gate clashing that, and we've got a new manager director. This is what we're doing, we're all going in the right direction, and blah, blah, and then they will buy into that.
And this is the kind of football we want to play, and you sell them with all the bollocks as well, don't you?
And the likes of Walcott.
We've got no Europe this year, so we've got a free run where all those other teams will be will be, and it's about selling how you're going to play as well, and that means that you've got to, you want to. This is how we want to play, and this is how we're going to play you in it, and this is how you're going to affect it. And with this lad and that,
England's goalie, we've got Ireland captain. If Rooney's still, we've got Wayne Rooney or whatever. We've got Theo Walcott, got Turkey's centre forward. All of a sudden, you start looking and going, well, I've got good players here, and that's how you do it. And Watford, we spoke about Watford on another video. People like Decore, who's just come from nowhere, who's a really good player. You put him with someone who's real top drawer as well, that makes your team go even better. So it can be achieved, but you'd have to build something. But you're right, if we can, there's two things that when I see happening, I'll think, you know what, we actually do, we are on the right path. One is getting one of those players that you kind of like, I can't believe we got him. And the other one is when we start going away from home in the Premier League and winning like 3-0 away from home, and but like other teams do, comfortable win where we're in. I'll start thinking we are on the right path now, because it's one thing being good at home, it's when you can go. But it is about buying good players.
It is. It's about buying good players, beating other teams to them as well, selling them the dream. Not their dream, our dream, more than anything else. Selling them our dream of what we want as fans.
And owners. Mashiri is not here to mess about. He wants to build something. He does. You don't throw the amount of money he's through at it to arse about. Do you know what we said? We said, and I said, it'll show me what his intentions are, what happens over the next few weeks. I said that in April. And I thought, if Allardyce stays, because there was still talk, and the things I was hearing, it wasn't cut and dried, and Allardyce, you think, well, he's just happy to bob along. He's put a bit of money in, hasn't really, but he's happy to just... but he didn't. He got to the end of the season and he went, bang, you're gone. Steve Walsh, I brought you in, bang, you're gone. Not you were appointed by someone else. New CEO, alright, Robert Elstone ultimately made that decision to go himself, but I think he went before he was pushed, to be honest, from reading between the lines. All the other things have been moved. Marcel Brand's chasing you for 2 years, you're in, because he wants that structure. And the structure has to be right, because it can't always be about 100 million, 150 million it can't be, because that's not how you build a football club.
But eventually what you want to be in is the position where you are only buying a couple of players a season, so that you go, well, we need it.
If you're my centre forward and you've done really well for me, but I can see one here, and you're doing well, but I think he's better, but I can still get 40 million for you because he's still a very, very good. He'll cost me 60, but I'll get 40 for you because you're a very good player. That's what it has to be, not 200 million.
Well,
you'll get 8 million.
That's like the Athletic Madrid way, isn't it? Atletico Madrid way. That's what they've been doing for years,
Well, it's sustainable. They won the league. They've won Spanish. Could have been a Champions League final. At the end of the day, somewhere along the line, Pep Guardiola will stop spending 150. He said himself the other day, that money, it's not endless, and they recoup. Liverpool have done it. Their fans will moan and go, we need to spend this and we need to spend this, but they've done it really well. Because
Klopp's... Van Dijk and sold Coutinho.
Well, that's it. He's had the vision and gone, well, this is what I want, I'll buy for the vision. That's why they've got better and better. He's bought and sold. Fine, that's great, that's how it should be done. We should be bringing academy players through. Can we get them in a team? Not quite good enough. Get 4 million for you off that Championship side, bang, bang, bang. Premier League player, we want to upgrade on him now, but we'll still get 15, 20 back for him, or whatever, sell him off. Done it with John Stones. You brought him in for 3 million, sold him for 50. Virtually. Romelu Lukaku, 28 million, 90.
But the point with that, but what you would say with both of those players is, when you sell them, you've got to replace them.
You have, and that's the thing. That's key. Is that we have got. And the Stones thing didn't really blow up in our face because Ashley Williams come in and defended, so we were all right. Romelu Lukaku has blown up in our face massively, and that's where we go from here. I
think past that, that's all we can really say, isn't it? Because you can't really get into next season without knowing too much about what's actually happening next season. So they're just the final points really of what we need to start doing. Buy better, have a plan, and stick to it.
But I think we will, because I think we've got someone in now who knows what he wants, and there's an identity there to be built. And if it is Marco Silva, he's coming in. Marcel Brand is already the director of football.
Yeah.
And I honestly believe those two will have had a conversation.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hopefully so. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Are you happy with, what you've heard from us, or how would you do it? Tell us what you do to try and get Everton into a position where you can start competing with the top sides in the Premier League. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. We'll see you later.